What's up? What's up? How are you all doing? I know the lads gave it a good try there earlier with a public video, but I said I'd come in. Trader Or, Wind Sailing, and H Pod. We're going to give you a bit of an update for the CPI, so may as well just dive right into it because I know you missed a little part of it. So, lads, how are you getting on? Wind Sailing, I'm going to put you on the screen.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. Hope you can hear us now. Please let us know in the comments. Definitely we'll wait before we kick it off this time. And
That's it.
once we got a nice heads up of everyone, we can go.
Everything's good, yeah?
Beautiful people.
Nice. That's good. That's good to go. Good to go.
Let's
So,
see.
Reading our
Let's
saves for the
see.
day again, man. Good man.
Are we good? Did someone confirm on YouTube? Let me quickly check. Back to reality, back to life. That looks
I'm just in the
good
door
here.
now,
Sound
lads.
is okay.
So I don't have
Awesome. Nice.
set up. So yeah, fire
I'll
away.
show
anyways.
you now what I was showing everyone before. Sorry for that. We got some action before. We will look now for another opportunity, either on a retrace here or on a pump towards the upside. We will see what happens. Just quickly, you can see very clearly here we got this nice aggressive wick to the downside into our untapped VWAP close that I showed earlier here, and we got a really nice 1.3 1.4% scalp from it so far. Currently we are forming some sort of bearish CVD diff here, nothing all too crazy yet, and we also did not get any confirmation on Binance so far, only on Bybit. But you can also clearly see here how, that's what I showed earlier by the way, how we got the VWAP close as a very nice resistance here, then as a nice support here, and again resistance here, and today again support. So always really nicely and well defining this local little range of action here that we got. So where are we now? We're more or less back where we started during the stream. We got this nice wick to downside, got the nice reaction from the VWAP close, and are now going a little bit sideways. You can also see here that delta is already declining, also shorts are declining and longs are declining. We got this little action, pre-action here. You see higher candles all around before the data release, and now everything went back down to calm price movement. But let's see if we can get an opportunity to either grab a scalp short or a scalp long here when price gives us a nice chance of a retrace. But so far we're still in the middle of this little wick, and we've also created a nice cluster here locally, so I want to move out of this cluster for further price action. So let's mark out this cluster. Here you can see we are still inside it, but it pretty much defines a very nice local range, but we did not reclaim anything yet. So we got these aggressive shorts here at the lows. You can really nicely see got into the lows, perfect, nice negative delta again, and then once we got to the upside, we got positive delta, so also now a small retrace here. But I would either envision that we get out of this cluster and get a nice retrace from it, and can scalp along there, for example, or we are going here to backtest the cluster and short it to more downside. But maybe Paul can tell us more about the data. Did you manage to follow up on the announcement?
Yeah, basically the data it's not really conclusive, not too extreme one way or the other. You know, it's pretty much as expected, hence why we've ended up in a very similar position to where we opened when we got the data. But it seems that but it looks like a lot of people tried to short it.
Yeah.
Thinking initially, you know, these reactions led by the algos, you know, tend to see what they think might be negative data, and actually it's fairly non-conclusive. In fact, if anything, I would say we're on track, but yeah, we'll see. So you know, at the moment,
Neutral price action, and
neutral price action, isn't it? And that's sort of what we're seeing at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah,
got a
for
fair amount of shorts.
Yeah, but potentially, yeah, they're still on track for looking at potentially for a bit higher, maybe on the on the ES and the Nasdaq. Let's see. But we're back at the beginning again. Wick up and down. Take out those positions as normal, and then see what happens. But I fancy a bit more upside personally.
Yeah, that would not be all too bad.
Yeah.
Let me see.
No problem. I'm okay at the moment. Nothing to show at the moment. So yeah, thanks, Trader. No problem.
No worries.
So right, I'm going to take over for a little bit here. Just because I want to go over a little something. I'm just in the door now, so I'm kind of going over everything for the first time. I gave out this level there yesterday. I was looking for a bit of a move down, just grab this liquidity or hit this box and move down. We barely got up to it. If you remember, it was the big higher time frame channel that we had, alright? So I know we have CPI, alright? So let me just go through this with you as well at the same time. CPI, right? It's a very higher time frame event day with higher time frame reversals. There's an 80% chance you reverse on a CPI as a pivot day. It's a whole day now, so it doesn't mean you come down, you can move back up. Just want to check something that, yeah, I am talking, okay. So the one thing I'm seeing, the sentiment on Twitter and everything else, every single person has longed this low. Everyone has longed this low. I know we have the CPI, we got a massive, most likely volume week into this, but my bias right now, that is a lot, to be fair. You could get a nice bounce up. My bias overall though, because I know all of Twitter are just boasting about, yeah, we caught this long, and they're all looking for the same move up, and they're all looking for this. They could be right. They could 100% be right, but when everyone's doing the same thing, most likely it doesn't happen. So overall, I am probably looking for this maybe to move up, take the highs and come down, or this just to fail rally and then come down, put a low on and come back up. Within the lounge, you all know this is a very higher time frame, pivotal 5 days that we're in, so it could give us a big move. The only thing is I kind of wanted to take the low before going up. So with that being said, like we're in a range. Treat this as a range. And when I say treat this as a range, I don't mean trade inside the range. Look for the deviations. You know, I know everyone says, "Oh, treat it as a range. Trade the range." But what's that mean? You know, it doesn't mean anything. You the best way to trade a range is you short the highs, you long the lows underneath the range. Use your TR pocket. So the main thing I'll be looking at is the TR pocket or even the TR extension on either side, which could give you a nice little reaction. There's the only things I want to go over. I haven't done anything in here. I was waiting on this trade. I had limit order above here, but I was actually away today. I had a load of stuff going on. So yeah, I'm just going to be waiting now for the price to come down or the price to go up and give me a trade. I'm curious though to see what Paul has, because Paul, I missed your little update at the start. Yeah, slightly front run me to 7. I know. Hey, that happens, you know. It happens. But geez, yeah, that would have been a nice little call right there. Just cut up, bang, right down. I was thinking it would just go straight down as well, but oh gee. Paul, if you're with us, are you okay for to share a screen? 2 seconds, Paul. I just kind of want to pop the screen out on this Discord, because there is an option. Yeah, there we go. I can pop the screen out and then look at Discord on another monitor. It's just easier for me. Alright, so let's go like this. And widen up Paul's screen.
And LTC and yeah, not really an awful lot of Bitcoin. Last trade I was in, Bitcoin was a short. The short down to this area, this 21.3 area.
To be honest, Paul, I think you're having a bit of a connection issue. Your screen is, I know I don't have them up, everyone, but the screen is a bit blurry, so I'm not gonna. Probably
let me
won't.
Just
try
switch
again.
over to me. No
Yeah,
worries.
I'm gonna
Unless
toss it
that
over to
happens, guys.
Winston.
Awesome, awesome, guys. So far, we're still here going a little bit sideways. We can see if we get a reaction. If we get to further downside here, we could get a trade on the 786, for example, and scalp along. If we can get some aggressive shorts here over the next 20 minutes or something, we might get some New York open volatility in here. And overall, we are still at a very crucial point. I shared something a few weeks ago inside the launch, and we are basically at a very crucial trend line here. Let me zoom in a little bit for everyone here and then show the trend line that I shared inside the launch. So basically, perfectly internal trend line here from those lows. We broke through it. You can already see here how nicely we got a reaction from there and then pushed through it. And we did a similar thing here today. So perfectly touched into the low of the trend line, hit the trend line very well, and now are making our way through. So we could see a similar reaction than we had earlier here. Basically, first tapping it, getting a nice reaction, and then pushing through it. And if we push through this one, I would still like to see lower on the higher time frame, basically tapping the very important T382 here from the whole rise up in confluence with my waves cluster. So we got a waves cluster around this level. Let me see if I can find it. So just for everyone, here it is. What are wave clusters? Basically, those are areas where bigger orders are coming in and getting aggressive. So you see in a very short amount of time, a lot of bigger orders, bigger players stepping into the game, buying or selling aggressively, and then redefending those levels when they are getting revisited. It's a really strong level here for me on the 382 with this waves cluster around 2800 to 2100. So always treat it as a region, but they are normally very well respected. And if we break through here, I could see us wick through the 382 through the cluster basically to catch along. But overall, it's really important that we hold this level here if we want to see further upside on the higher time frame. So not getting all too crazy yet here. Let me see, quickly jump over. We're making our way down, getting a little bit of volume in here. Nothing too crazy so far. Let's see how it looks on Binance. Got a nice wick here on the high for a short. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, nothing all too crazy. CBD is dropping again with price, so making our way down naturally. And we could see some aggressive orders coming in here for New York Open to recatch the move basically. Let me see, CVD looking quite different on Bybit and on Binance, so BTC USD and BTC USDT getting some, nothing all too crazy, no bullish here, a little bit bearish, but again, not all too much telling. We are still inside the cluster so far. Let's see if we can break through it. And if we check here, we got some aggressive longs actually here at the high before the drop. Really, really interesting that people are longing the highs here. Got the wick through the highs, took out the previous high here, the previous candle, and then made our way down into some order blocks, into the previous VWAP close that I mentioned earlier, and we're still at the previous day point of control and the weekly point of control. Let me see quickly here on the lower time frame how it looks from a volume perspective, where we are ranging, because we're getting some sideways action, got some nice sideways action over the weekend, went up to the value area low here, did not enter, because if we would have entered, I would have liked to see the point of control up here. You can see also the volume profile here looks pretty ugly, so pretty one-sided action. And if we reclaim it, basically the next interest would be up here, but so far we are still going more or less sideways and ranging a little bit. Got the previous day point of control here that we tapped, and we're still in our daily value area. Moving slowly down, and let me see, still no aggressiveness here. How is it looking over there? Yeah, also all neutral. We got the aggressive shorts here at this level where we are right now, so it will be interesting to see if we get some follow through, because we got a few of them were for sure stopped out, or they will get out once we get back below. So pretty much take out the low we took in with CPI, for example, or simply retrace here to the 786. Let me see. Pull that over here a bit. Getting few shorts in here, not all too much, but also not all too crazy bullish CVD divs here at those levels. Let me pull it also here on BTC USDT just to see where we are at. Interesting. You can see here we made our way now only in the 618 on BTC USDT, whereas on BTC USD we already tapped the 618 on the first retrace. So always interesting to see the difference here, and we could very well take out the low again on BTC USD, but not on BTC USDT here. Always interesting to see the difference of those two and catch a trade based on the price action. So comparing both, seeing one at a certain level and being able to hold the level while the other takes the liquidity and pushes through again. So it's always a good sign of strength if we see one pair taking out the level while the other holds it, and I will always take a trade if we get some aggressive shorts here, for example, in this case. So let's see if we make our way down into the 786 and see what happens there. If we just come here, grind here slowly, and if we don't get any action here on the speed of tape, on speed of waves indicators, basically showing us that we get a lot of orders in at this level, I will not take a paper trade here live with you, because we are only trading the best probability trades, and those would be only if we get some aggressiveness, because we need to have some powder, some fuel to reverse from here. We could for sure just grind up, but that's not a high probability trade I would take, and I would need to see some convincing sells going into the level again, for example, because so far did not happen. And we are also not getting all too crazy bullish CVD divs to support long here just based on no data. Let's see what happens locally, because moving through the value area low here today, and let me check a few other things. We were close here, yeah, still as support. See, still approaching the trend line. Yeah, to be honest, I would really love to lose the level overall here and get into the waves cluster below and the 382.
You wanted to come down as well, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'd actually,
no,
I'd much prefer that. I know it's the CPI, you could just move up, but it's just everyone's long in this range low and boasting about it on Twitter. I just want to wreck them.
Yeah, and if you zoom out, it's like we are, okay, this is a local range, yes, so far, but everyone can be tricked so easily. So just wick it down 20, 20, 28, 25. Like if we could get a wick to 25, for example, still maintain the bullish market structure overall here, get crazy aggressive shorts in, because everyone will be like, oh no, I bet on the wrong horse and I put in a long, but it's breaking down, so let's just short it.
What's that
Why?
what's that trend line you have there? I think I missed that.
Yeah, that's a really nice. I'll zoom out again. You can see here basically
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
really nice. Lost it, came back in. Let me put that here on auto, and on the lower time frame we got a perfect touch, and then I think it was also 1 point something scalp, 2% scalp from the trend line, and then broke through. The same thing happened here. Basically, we also got, I think, at least a 2% scalp from that low. Yeah, 2.4% scalp. And we're making our way through it. We could see a similar action, just break through the whole thing. Also, I have to say that quite a few people are looking at the 382 here, so not so sure how well it will hold, but it's a good area for a trade. Over.
Is that on linear? Yeah, it is actually on linear. That's not too bad. Not too bad. It's a bit deep.
Yeah.
To be fair, all I really want is to knock out all these Twitter longs. That's it. I'll be happy then. Give me a high volume spike below the low. I'll take that trade. You know.
See.
I suppose we gotta wait and see what happens.
Open. Yeah. Flatlining CVD here. Nothing all too crazy. Let me see how the higher time frame looks, by the way. Yeah, I really hate that I have this gap here, and I would like to hear from others using Atas if you also have this data gap here on the 2nd or 9th of
I have
February.
similar on Binance for the last week. It's just a big gap of data, and at the highs as well. It was so handy because you could tell the price was going to drop so easily by looking at Binance open interest and net longs. There was a big shift in order flow up there before the drop happened, and then they just cut the data and you couldn't see it for 4 days, and it was just like, why do this to us?
Yeah, I really wonder if they're
if they're doing it on purpose or something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting a few more shorts in here, but nothing too crazy. We still have those shorts that could give us some potential follow through if we don't reclaim and leave them behind. They will have some time to get out of their trades again. So let's zoom in here. Yeah, could really see this going through for lower levels, but again we are very locally, we are at lows. So let me see here, we are still holding the 618 on BTC USDT and did not do anything crazy yet in terms of aggressive shorts, so I have to wait here a little bit to get some reasonable good trade, because again CBD not giving out all too much.
That CVD is a bit bearish though on the lower time frame, is it not?
Yeah. On Bybit it is, yeah.
Again, lads, we're just waiting for a good probable trade. This is what we do on New York Open. We look at altcoins or we look at Bitcoin. Today we're looking at Bitcoin because of the CPI. So I know we missed the first little bit of it, but we'll remain patient until we see something good. Might pull the trigger then.
Yeah, it's really important to be patient here, because we cannot, in no good conscious, advise to take a short here, because we are at the lows. We got this nice wick here, and we could just, lose it, swing failure it, and then continue our way up. For sure, that is always possible, and we always want to take the best probability trades only, guys. So just longing here blindly without proper bullish CVD or without proper level or proper reaction is just not a good thing to do. And those pockets here, the 618, is not that reliable as it was ages ago. So you really need to have good confluence if you want to take a trade here in the middle.
Exactly.
this
It's the
move.
potato pocket nowadays.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Here, I'm going to
love it,
go
man.
over the pivots as well because I see people talking about the pivots. So I'm going to take over the screen.
Yeah,
Pivots
awesome.
above us, aren't there? There's a couple of pivots, well, a few pivots above us, as I see it. Am I right in saying that, Fred?
I can barely hear you, Paul. Okay, let's go over the pivots, right? We do have weekly pivots above us, right? That's one thing you need to remember. You do have those weekly pivots. So it is probable that we head up this week. You could say that, you know. So let's just have a look at these monthly pivots for a second. If you remember up here, I was looking for 24k on Twitter because we had the Woody yearly pivot, and then I switched my bias to the monthly pivots. The one thing we haven't hit is the traditional pivot right below us, but even though we came down, we hit this. I was looking for more downside, mainly because when you go over to the euro, we hadn't hit this one yet, and we hit it last night. You know, so there's all sorts of pivots you need to keep an eye on when you're looking at pivots. But what am I really thinking now is we're holding this pivot. You know, as long as this pivot holds, it doesn't have to hit the traditional pivot. As long as much as I want it, I do want it. But on the euro, it's fairly deep. On the USD pair, it's not too far away. It's right below the low, you know. And I do have nice confluence for. You do have a lot of liquidations there, but let's go on to this one. Do have a big liquidation. I'm going to get rid of this because this play was yesterday's play. I'm going to get rid of it. Let's just get rid of it altogether. Got a nice little reaction. So I'm just going to let the price actually, like, you don't have to jump in straight away. CPI data came out. It's going to be a little bit of volatility. You're weakening up and down, up and down, up and down. Let it relax for a little bit, and then you can decide if you want to take a trade or not. Go for a higher low trade or a lower high trade, whatever you're into, or wait for the range highs or lows. But I do admit this area is nice because you do have this liquidation cluster here. It's a lot of liquidity, a lot of liquidations sitting right there. But you know, it could easily just go like this, because if you remember on the public update that I did, we had the fractal, right? Let me just get rid of all this noise. We had this fractal played out. We got the drop down, but if you look at it here, it says chop zone. You know, fractal says all of this is going to be chop. You know, so you have to be wary. You know, keep your range trades. That's why I was saying we wait for the highs or wait for the lows to be taken for deviation. But this is kind of what I'm going at off of this. It's not following it exactly, but I'm looking at it as this is the chop zone. So you need to be range trading. In my bias, be range trading. But yeah, the main real target of this was the the traditional pivot on the monthly. So I'm just going to be waiting patiently over the next few days to see if I can pull off a nice trade. But yeah, how did the other markets get affected by this? Did you have a look?
Pretty steady, man. No, you can hear me speaking or not.
I can barely hear you, Paul. 2 seconds there. I'm just going to pop on when sailing again. And I'll try
Pop me on again. Really good. I'll go over the XRP trade and using speed of waves for altcoins. Let me quickly see where we are at. And it's not looking all too bad. Yeah, it's really nice, because we got a question here on YouTube why I would like to see speed of waves alerts on certain levels. Basically, speed of waves. I have one module so far inside the Pro Traders Launch lesson strategy, going over how I trade it, how it works, what's behind it, how you set the parameters, and how you can use it to trade for basically any asset with enough volatility and enough price action. You can really see here, for example, let's look at this little space here that we traded on a live session, I think last week with Trader R. we can see here, we put in this low, we got aggressive shorts into it, a lot of delta with a lot of shorts here. You can see way more shorts. The greens are the reds are the shorts and the greens are the longs. Negative delta, positive delta. And here then again, at the exact high, aggressive longs, more longs with positive delta going into that high. And you can see really well how this turned out. So from this alert here, you get a Telegram alert with Atas. You will also get sound playing off. And then from here, we shorted this down, like we shorted this live on the session here. We got even some bearish CVD diffs. Really nice from here to here, got back into the 618 and then shorted it down for, what was it? Now got quite some good follow through on that one. It was 9% more or less here only. And so far we did not get all too much action too long yet here on XRP. We got this first bump here where we got probably a 1-2%, 2% scalp out of it. Again, speed of waves is a technique to get scalps, 1%, 2% small scalps, but high probability trades whenever we grab some liquidity or go for a swing failure of an important level. We can also see here, for example, again, aggressive shorts rise to the upside, aggressive shorts rise to the upside. Really helps to read the market locally, and on altcoins it's just crazy. If there's enough volume on a coin, I can adjust the template for you or for our members inside the launch, and you can see how well it plays out. We also got some aggressive shorts here, but not enough delta to take a trade yet. But you can see very clearly how we got shorts into the level, then we got longs into the level or into the candle, and definitely price is still here around at the same action. So for the next trade here, I would like to see a similar delta candle to that one here. So it needs to be white, needs to be higher than 107k here, at least 140, probably 140, 150k here, at least, in order to trigger the next possible trade for me on XRP. So far, just going a little bit sideways, but we got a really nice drop. Let me quickly jump over to see what happens with Bitcoin before we continue. Still grinding along. You can see here again, grinding 618, no real action. Also, everything dropped pretty much that. Price action right before New York Open. Nothing happens. We could get a nice little liquidity grab here for a scalp on New York Open. Still counting for that, but so far nothing that would really make us jump into a trade here at this very moment. Let me see what happens here. Building up some shorts, definitely at those levels. Let me zoom in, see what's going on here. Yeah, got the move. Open interest increasing, CVD sideways, so nothing crazy. Change a few things here because indicator is not set properly. This goes off and this goes off, and here we are. That's how it should look like. You can see that BTC USD is already a little bit lower than USDT. So why not swing failure the low on USD and keep it on USDT? That would be really nice. Getting a move here during this session, because the first move is definitely very tricky one to trade, and I would also not recommend anyone to try to catch trades at the beginning of CPI data when there's no certainty where it goes. You need to be fast. Like if you decide to get into a trade at the start of those data releases, you have to get in very quickly and get out very quickly.
I'm actually curious, did anyone catch that drop? I wasn't here, but anyone catch that little scalp long on the CPI? Dropped straight away, I think, on What time was the CPI at? 5:30. What's that? 5:30.
Yeah,
An hour ago.
exactly.
I'm
1:30
curious. Does anyone
PM
catch that
USD.
inside in the comments? Fair play if you did. Nice little scalp. Really quick scalp though, no? Look at that. Look at that. Right through the potato pocket.
There it is. Yeah, it's just like, why trade levels in the middle of the move?
Yeah.
The best trades are not there. Others are teaching you to trade 618 or made up fips or whatever somewhere in the middle of the move, and they can give good trades for sure if you have enough confluence at the level, if you have enough
That's
bullish
it.
or bearish CVD at the level. But the best trades are not to be had ever in the middle of a move. It's always at the lows. Like high probability trades are here at the lows, 786 or lower. If we get aggressive sells into it, for example, if we swing failure that level, higher probability trade than just longing blindly the 618 here for nothing if we don't have any bearish CVD divs or
Yeah.
bullish
And as
CVD
well,
divs
like, you
or
know,
whatever going on.
if you long the 618, your stop loss is going to be the wick. You're just like, you're under pressure right now and she's coming down to you. If you long the 786, the RR is way better, you know. It is way better. And I didn't take this one, but it's just that 618 fib is actually getting overrun lately.
Giving those shorts some opportunities now. We're getting towards the low again.
Oh, is that a new cluster you have?
Yeah, the cluster that we formed on the drop here, basically, you can see this is price action. It looks different because this is another visualization of price data, but you can see here this is 1:30 p.m. basically right at the low, and then you can see how price moves sideways here quickly, all within, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, all this block, all this cluster was created in a very short time. Let me quickly switch over here because we're getting some move to the downside into the 786. No bullish CVD, so no trade yet, and also no aggressive shorts. You can see that right at New York Open we're getting some aggression again. We're getting more candles, bigger candles, but still
Jeez, that CVD,
nothing.
what the fuck?
Yeah, like getting wick down and
It's not getting
returning
absorbed.
properly. Yeah. Let's see. Bybit and USDT here did not get into it yet. So as mentioned before,
Actually,
USD
did we
is
get any
getting
big
lower.
wicks on any exchanges? That's one thing. Is anyone in the Discord? Let me see. Give a shout on that. Nope. Okay. That's one thing I didn't check. Is there any mad wicks? Because the CPI can cause some mad wicks. Then I'd be saying, yeah, let's fill them. That lower time frame one wasn't really that much of a wick. That's interesting though. We're only hitting 786 on Binance now, so definitely had a bigger wick than the rest of them. I like it. I like it a lot. Too risky biscuit. I've been waiting out this week so far. You're right too, Cake. You're right too. Why would you bother? You know.
There's a lot of shorting going on Bybit. I bet Bybit into this though, yeah.
And Paul back.
Him.
We did. Obi-Wan, can you show me? Okay. Where is that Kraken? I love it. Thank you, Obi-Wan. Thank you.
Always cracking.
They always do it like. I like that.
Nice one. Got
Cracking
into the
about it.
786 here. But no proper reaction yet. Also no aggressiveness.
A lot of shorting into this on Bybit, I see.
You trading that in Paul?
No, I'm into malts at the moment. I'm not trading Bitcoin. I'm in Litecoin and Link longs at the moment. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I think I
Litecoin
seen
from
I seen the Link one. It was the TR pocket, no?
Yeah, and there was the pivot pretty much hit on Litecoin yesterday that I took a long trade on. I'm still in that.
Oh, a
Nothing.
monthly pivot.
Yes, that's right.
You know what?
Yeah.
Actually, I shorted Litecoin down to that. It was the Woody monthly pivot, no?
Yeah.
Right underneath the lows, yeah, around 89 or something like that.
Perfect. Yeah, took a long off that yesterday. So still currently in that.
And as well, I gave that trade out in general chat when it happened. It
Nice.
randomly pumped straight up, so it was literally you had to be in general chat on the minute when I said there's a short here for a potential swing failure pattern, and she went straight down to the monthly pivots.
It was brilliant. We I think we both talked about that, didn't we? And it was a nice one. It was an obvious long as well, knowing that everyone was probably shorting it down to that, so you get the bounce on it. But
really nice.
Got a question here from Michelle. Asks, can you show trades and the amounts of money you are winning, please? Inside the launch, we share entries, we share paper trades live on the sessions, but we are not the guys flashing big amount of money and trades, because whenever you do, it is probably already too late, and the goal of us, of Pro Traders Launch, is not for you to just hop into a trade after we took it, but to take it live and to learn how to take it live. So during the live sessions, we walk everyone through price action and mention where and when, like if we get some aggressiveness, for example, to hop into a paper long or paper short trade, but not flashing amount of money to get everyone crazy. It's just not worth it. You need to be able to find confluences, you need to be able to find levels or to trade them on your own, because whenever you're just following someone else and following the big money, you will be the little fish in the pond that gets wrecked very, very soon.
That's so true.
Getting the nice. When Lambo though, when Lambo. We are only when sailing and not when Lambo. Let me see. Got a nice reaction here at the 786, but again, not a trade I took. If you take it for sure.
Look at that though, you know. Look how better that is compared to the 618.
Yeah, it's always higher probabilities, because also if you enter along here on the 786, for sure there is no bullish CVD to support it locally, but if you enter a trade here, the invalidation is way better, basically below the wick here compared to
and as well, like
to the low.
This is a little thing for you as well. Whenever you're in a really bearish trend, let's say doing lower highs all the way lower lows, if you're most of the highest probability trade is the 786 when you're doing a higher low trade, because it's mainly because the sell pressure, it goes so deep into the lows, it comes into the 786. You rarely see that trend change on the 618 after a big bearish trend. It's usually always the 786 or deeper, or the El Jefe fib. Shout out to El Jefe for that one, because that El Jefe fib is brilliant.
I know I'm not trading Bitcoin, and I'd posted that setup in because you banned me, TradeRob, before you banned me off, and I was heartbroken. I posted that link setup in the chat before, guys. So if you're wondering, and I posted it, and what's very interesting, and I was pointing out a lot of selling volume. Click on the link and look at all the selling volume at the lows. Now you can't short on Coinbase, and I'm looking at Coinbase, which is interesting. But yeah, look at all that selling. Look at it all. Let me try and post this chart. Do
you want to share your screen? I'll pop it up.
Maybe I will try and share my screen. Let me just check it. Sharing, okay, guys. I won't affect this.
Just let me know when it's up, and I'll share it.
Should be up now. Hopefully. That's it. There you go.
Let's see if it loads.
See this? I mean, okay, let's zoom out a little bit.
Your screen is very blurry.
Oh, guys.
I'll look at it on my screen. That's what I'll do.
Right, yeah. So if you want to look at the, I'm trading I'm going to post a picture in the chat as well, but you can see.
Let's go in.
The selling. There's a nice channel that we're in. Yeah, we could come out of the channel, but.
Okay. Wait, the volume at the low here. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, nice
It's
bit of
pretty much
selling.
the same with every one of them, though. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets. Yeah, that's probably going to get taken out, to be honest. But yeah, higher time frame. I could see where you took that trade. Yeah, with the TR pocket.
It's the third test of this exact level.
Yeah.
But it's worth a shot. Really easy in validation. So we'll see if we get a bounce on it. I don't know.
All right, Bitcoin. What are you doing? So, bit of a relief bounce up. I still would like lower, to be honest. Not going to lie, I would like lower. I would like to take this out, and let's actually have a look at this Kraken wick. Why not? I think it's this exchange. Here it is. Kraken down to the lows. I want to fill this wick. I want to fill this wick at some stage. So I'm just going to remain patient on my side. But yeah, Paul, I'm just going to go back to Wednesday. And
I'm going to just jump off and reset everything and come back on, guys, to see if we can get better.
Not a bother, man. Not
Nice
a bother.
one.
But yeah, CVD is still rising by the looks of it on your screen.
Yeah. No, but nothing all too crazy again. Here we got a bit lower than the 786 on Bybit, but also this is just like nothing you can trade from a CVD perspective. Looked way more stable here on Binance Futures, going sideways all the way, but also not creating bullish CVD diff. So if someone took the long here, for sure, fair place, but nothing I would take here because no CVD diffs and no aggressive shorts. So let me see where we are here.
Do you have any questions coming in? I may as well.
Yeah, it's a good point. Very good point, anyone.
Got in along at the TR pocket. Nice. Yeah, on gold. Okay. Man, gold is actually brilliant for the TR pocket. She did it at the high as well, man, and she just dropped straight down. And before that, she did the lows to the highs. Perfect TR pocket rotation, and then would dive down. It's nice to see. But yeah, I'll open up YouTube and see is there any comments on that. And I'm leaving your screen on as well. When saying.
Yeah, perfect.
Poor Paul having a bad day.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, let's see what's going on. Yeah, lads, smash the likes as well. We have 49 likes in there. Let's see if we can get over 50 at least. But I'll read through these comments and see if they're anything in here. Seems like everyone is just slagging Dookie, which is great to see. Let me see. Since when did I say this? Wait, what? That's not me doing that on the mic. I'm pretty sure that was Paul.
Kissing the mic.
They're saying I was sucking on the mic.
Ah.
Oh man. Bitcoin, a bit of more of a move up. Not really much to go over. Be handy if we could play music, because usually we play music on these New York Opens, but because it's public we can't. Wonder how the CME looked on this. Clean, okay. Let me see if there are any levels to the upside on this. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just going to stay out, man, for the day probably. I just got front run on that little short I was giving out yesterday by like a few dollars as well, which is annoying. But I'll probably stay out for the rest of the day now. Did you take any trades today, went in?
Not yet, no. I missed the short on those highs. Mentioned earlier that we got this aggressive longs here, but
Oh shit,
it was
okay.
a little bit too early, so we got some big trades here at those highs. That's always a good indicator. You can see here, shorts,
Yeah.
nice rise. So sometimes it's random because people are just like shorting and getting
Yeah.
sideways action, but sometimes for sure it's a really nice confluence at the highs. Let's see, got some nice action now, but no aggression yet, so just very neutral price action so far. See where we are here, going back into the VWAP with some strength. Let's see if we can get some more longs, because normally if we get people longing into the VWAP, we always get a nice little retrace. Similar as we had here earlier, we went into the VWAP, you can see longs piling in. Also here, more longs, way more longs than shorts. And then we got this little retrace on the lower time frame. But so far, there's been nothing piling in, both on Binance or Bybit. We are still grinding naturally along the lines here. Yeah, let's see if we got a few more questions, else we will probably jump off here and meet everyone inside the launch. What was the SVP indicator? Is that like a naked POC? SVP is the new version on TradingView for volume profiles. So I always use it on the 15-minute time frame here. And then it does your daily volume profiles, but the nice thing is it extends the value area low or high or the point of control if they are untapped. So you can see here, for example, yesterday's point of control extended until it was tapped very well. We still have the value area high above us here that we did not tap, so it's extended, and it does that automatically for you. So it's really, really handy. You can also see then all the value area high point of control that we never back tested. And normally when we come to those levels, you can get some really nice scalp action going on. So really important to watch it, and you can also guess or like judge a lot of price action based on where or how we are ranging. Are we getting out of the range? Are we having an inside day or whatever day type we have? And you can judge it a little bit with the SVP indicator. So really easy one to follow.
Not much questions on YouTube by the looks of it. Let me just check the Discord. When trader or ASMR modules? What? Like, am I breathing into the mic or something? What's going on? Because I'm actually sitting a bit away from the mic at the moment, so yeah. Bitcoin taking the highs here. Let me see. Not much high volume spike. I wanted into this high, so no trade here for me really.
We are getting some action quickly. Let me see, we get some longs here. Let me try something else here locally just to see where we are at. Again at the 786, getting some longs in those highs, but no follow through on delta. So If we're looking for a short, we would like to see some aggressive delta too. We just quickly pull it that way. It's an ugly pull for sure. And I don't like it much, but I would like, if we get some more, let me wait 1 or 2 more minutes here with you guys. If we get some aggressive longs here near those highs or at this very local high here, we can paper scalp a short here over the next few minutes. And if not, we're just closing it down and we will meet everyone inside the launch. Let me see. Nothing on Binance yet. Still trading some bearish DVD diffs here on Bybit. So favorable place for a short. No, close to those highs, but still no aggressive.
Really still. I'm back again.
Paul back again as well.
Paul's
I'm back again.
Nice.
I don't know if you can hear me okay. I like the idea of that Gartley on the Nasdaq. I do fancy a bit higher and then a drop. Just to everybody.
I'm with you
Everybody
on
bullish.
Nasdaq.
Yeah. On the, I think you're looking at. Is it Gartley, bearish Gartley on the Nasdaq? Isn't there? We've got. Let me see if my screen shares now, guys. Can I? Mind if I try? I don't know. Whether we can get it. Let me share. Let me try.
I don't know if it's worth trying, man. It was so blurry.
Getting some follow through here. Nice one with some aggressive longs into the level, into the value area high from yesterday. So definitely a nice place to look into a paper short here with those aggressive longs coming in both on Binance and Bybit. Not so much on Bybit, to be honest, but we can see very well here on Binance some aggressive moves going on, and we are getting some nice action here. Nice one, guys. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. Where are we pushing here?
Hit the weekly pivots, like I was saying earlier as well. 3-wave into the high, range high taken now. Let me see if we get one more push up to that other pivot.
And we got aggressive longs here on both Bybit and Binance now. So really good.
How did you like that link long?
Solid, man.
Solid? What a treat. Beautiful. Yeah. And there's an XRP long as well I posted, I think, which is a nice bullish harmonic. I posted that in there as well. It's looking good so far. So, really nice. So just looked at my trade. I was trying to get the computer working, looked at my trade. Man alive.
A fair amount of longs here at the highs, so definitely a nice place for a retrace here, guys, with those longs getting aggressive. Really nice.
Even getting, yeah. I'd like some follow through personally. I don't know if we can get some.
Jeez, I'm getting some slagging about this breathing into the mic. I'm not even. Alright, let me just push this mic away. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll just sit away from the mic altogether.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit back here. I'll be shouting at you. That's it.
Trader R heavy breathing. Me not able to work the mic. I mean, what a collection, eh?
And it's different, Trader R, because you're streaming and you're going from OBS directly, so there is no compression and no filter on it, and we are going through Discord, so Discord is taking away everything in the background.
For fuck's sake.
But nice action here, guys, with some fair amount of longs going into here, and we could see a nice retrace here for sure.
I think it's a shame you didn't share my screen before, because I was looking at there's pivot on the TR pocket above us. I've had to reset my chart, but BTC. Damn it, that's so frustrating. Yeah, we're coming into this.
Can you
some
share
pivots
a chart in the Discord?
Yeah, let me try and do it. Sorry, one.
There's a lot of discussions going on YouTube about net worth and stuff like that. And I tell you one thing, the important thing is not the money you have, but the consistency that you can prove to your traders. And we are sharing entries, we are sharing P&L curves right out of the exchange, so not something made up from Excel or any other tools where you can manipulate it, but right out of the Discord and P&L screens over days and weeks from Bybit, from the exchange directly. So it's way more important to guarantee stable trades and stable consistency compared to showing and flashing millions, because there's a lot of people out there just inheriting tons of money, being able to flash millions while they are on the leaderboard, one of the worst ever. Also others are getting promoted as coaches, while when you check their leaderboard, you can see that they're losing millions. So always take care and don't get sucked into money and big money traders, because at the end, you don't know where the money is coming from. But the key is not how much money do you have, but how consistently you can keep it and grow it slowly. It's also not important that you can grow it quickly, that you can multiply accounts. That is not what a trader should be about. The importance lies in adding slowly and winning more than you lose. Adding to your account 1% a day or 1% a week, grow it steadily. This is where you will be successful, but not having millions of money that you can throw around and lose or not being consistent at all. So really important.
There you go, guys. I don't know. And you want me to? Anyway, I took that link trade. If you want me to share the trade printout, I'm happy to do that. But that's not a problem. But it's not about that. It's about getting the right trades, like you say, Michael, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I posted that BTC chart. I think I've posted in the right place. New York.
New York open session.
Yeah,
I see
wrong
it now,
one. Yeah. New York
Yeah.
open session.
Those pivots, man.
Yeah, they line up nicely with that TR pocket on there, don't they? Well,
I pulled that one earlier, to be fair.
Yeah, brilliant.
There we
Pushing
go.
through here.
Take the highs. Coming into the trade
Nice
station
cone.
pivot.
Only took it
I mean,
out on
How is it?
Bybit BTC USD so far. So let's see if BTC USDT can follow through, and if not, we can short the hell out of it.
I think
Let's see.
I think we've got a bit of legs in us, to be fair with this. I think the
Having also a decent amount of big longs up here again. So also here some bearish CVD diff on Binance on the lower time frame. And BTC USD did not yet take out those highs. So really important. If we got the wick, if we got the liquidity grab on Bybit and BTC USDT does not follow through, this will be a short play for me. If BTC USDT here continues to follow up, then there is no trade in it for sure. So let's see what happens. We're still at those highs. We're still here with some bearish CVD diffs. What is happening here? Bybit tries to push it, but BTC USDT, yeah, now it's following through. Yeah, definitely not a trade then for me, but for a moment it looked very nice with some easy invalidation. So be a bit patient here.
I think
See
the
what we get.
I'm sorry, on just another note on Nasdaq, I've posted. I don't know if you're looking at this as well, trader. There's this Nasdaq TR pocket that lines up nicely with a bearish Gartley. Not perfect. We've been looking at this for a while.
Was that the one we were looking at last week?
Yes, same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I was expecting it to move up from
Yeah.
where it was. But this TR pocket keeps lining up perfectly with a daily and a nice looking Gartley. And yeah, I think today's price action makes me think lull everybody into more bullish, a bullish sense of security, and pull the rug up there possibly. But that 13,000 is a really nice psychological level up there. On gives me a bias for a bit more strength in BTC personally as well. That's my mindset of this at the moment. Yeah, I would like quite a bit higher on BTC, I'll be honest.
I'm just having a close eye on this TR pocket and the pivots. Kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here, because it's an interesting point where I am. I'll show you actually.
Isn't it?
My screen. Let's go to this. If you remember what I was doing, I did the 3-wave into the pivots, which were above the highs. We actually hit them all here, so I'm just waiting to see what happens up here before I enter anything. Actually, did we hit every single one of these too? I'm going to check. Weekly and weekly. We're sitting right on them. We're sitting right on them. So I'm just going to wait and see.
Mm-hmm. That's non-stop.
Getting some follow through here.
If she wants to keep going, I'm not going to jump in front of it at all.
No, she looks.
I have to let her go.
Strong. There is I think I posted an XRP long as well, which was in the chat. That's looks like it's got some legs too.
What's the volume on this?
How's it looking?
That's a very high volume, that's very high volume. Boom, into the highs.
Squeeze. Yeah, big squeeze. That nice.
Time is it? Hit 3 o'clock, so the hourly actually closed up here.
Time to take some off the table.
Listen to 2 hour.
That link. XRP and raise. Posted the XRP long in altcoins yesterday, and also in the chat today. I think I posted it. Let me just find it again, guys. Sorry.
It's an interesting trend line there too.
Where is it? Let me find it, guys. Altcoins XRP.
It's like a little bit. If we can get a little bit higher to tap the VWAP close.
Whereabouts is that?
Untapped one. 22,360.
22. What exchange you on? You're in USD.
Yeah.
22, was it?
Yeah, 22,366. That would be a lovely one. $366.
I'll happily admit my mic skills are shit, but my scalping skills today have been on form.
That's what we're here for, Paul. You might have technical difficulties, but at the end, if you're able to trade, that's all we need you for.
That's what I am. I do need to get some help with this mic situation, though. Man, I do need shooting with that. Yeah, so I posted that XRP trade. Do I see that? Okay.
Let's see what's going on above us. So it's going in 1 hour. Let these load up. It's just not loading up. Okay. We did knock out a big pocket there, you're right, yeah. Next pocket is just above us at that VWAP close. This is actually a big zone. They actually knocked out a nice bit here, to be honest. They really did. That's interesting to know. One thing you need to know, really. Right.
Nice reaction though at those pivots and TR pockets so far. Nothing.
It's just holding their ground now, isn't it? And the TR pocket's just in the way, like.
That's it.
It's always a big level. Man, that harmonic. Is that your harmonic? That's nice. That is nice. Wait a sec.
XRP one.
That's the harmonic I was talking to you about there the other week, wasn't it? We were trying to decide, is that a crab or was that a butterfly? Because it was so weirdly.
Was it that one? Yeah, it could have been. It's
It
a
was
crab
it retraced like on what, the 0.5 or the 0.4. We're like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's so far it's profitable. So we'll see if it plays out a bit higher. Next, one of the big major TPs for me is that anchored VWAP on there. You can see that red line. That's if anybody's wondering what that red line is. It's an anchored VWAP. So, and that's a nice TP for me.
It was this harmonic he had. That was a nice little swing failure over the lows as well. Like. That short down was just, that was something.
And Litecoin's had a hell of a bounce from that pivot as well. It's been really nice trade from that pivot.
I think there was a TR pocket on that as well.
Was it? Oh man, I didn't get that one.
That.
Yeah, that's.
Or is it this one?
Lovely. I'm still going to stand by my target.
She had some hell of a bounce off that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, TR pocket. There was a pivot.
You closing your trade. You closing your short. That's what it was.
I got 89. It was just 89 was around here.
Yeah.
It went down a bit deeper, but yeah, there was a monthly pivot. We shorted the weekly pivot, which was the high here down to that was just too good.
The closer we got to 89 and 90, I was just taking 25% off, because I thought it's just going to bounce. It could bounce early, and I was just taking it off.
Wait, you want about the short? Did you short that down as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Man, that's some bounce. That is just Litecoin is the earliest indication as well. I should have looked at that earlier.
It really is. Yesterday, it when it pumped, it made me think Bitcoin's going to move up as well, but it was just going sideways. And then, yeah, it's a good indicator. It really is. Nice. Not relevant, but a nice bounce on natural gas for anybody else that's been looking at that trade.
Yeah. Paul, can you see any questions on the YouTube?
Oh, sorry, let me just double check. YouTube, sorry.
Yeah.
I will just have a look and see what I check.
If you could. I have too many things on every screen here.
No problem. Just check on there.
Man, I need to get water as well. When Satan got water, I need to get water too.
A very nice ISR area
I'm
so
going
far
to
here.
throw the screen over to you. I'm going to get in some water as well.
Yeah, perfect. Do that. So far,
Nice.
we got a nice ISR tap here perfectly, but we still have this VWAP close above us that we did not tap. So if we get one other push through, take the VWAP close here, that would be definitely lovely. Got a nice action. Yeah, overall, this data here is faulty because it is missing, so cannot regard 22,600 here for the VWAP close because it closed somewhere lower around 22,300 on that day. So can also check here again. Yeah, closed around this level.
Looks to me like people are trying to short these highs as well. To be fair, we got an increase in selling and open interest up here, so that's like sort of shorting into the highs to me.
Yeah, good fuel.
Yeah, good bit of fuel.
Good
So
fuel the whole
can
thing
see a
for
bit
sure.
higher. Yeah, definitely. I'd like that.
Can see also here again shorts. If there's too much time, guys, to get into a trade, it's probably gonna shoot up again. So if we're just grinding along here locally and we are getting more shorts in, those shorts will probably be flushed out again because no one likes enough players in here. So
you're looking at BTC USD. Oh yeah, I'm looking at BTC USDT on Bybit, and I've got increasing negative delta and increasing open interest, which says short selling into these highs for me at the moment. So yeah, that's what you seeing that on yours. I'm not used to reading your.
no, it's very very simple. Got some nice longs here, got a 1% retrace and then pumped up again. So for now we can set the filter for a higher reaction, and if we're continuing to trend we will not use speed of waves for trending days.
Moving up nicely.
What did I say before?
Might get Trader R's XRP fractal play out from here. Who knows? I think this was the level he was looking for, isn't it? He's probably gone, has he?
Yeah, he'll be right back. So let's see if we can push a little bit higher here. Get into 21,200.
All right, what's up? What's up? How are we doing? Just still sitting around that pocket.
Were you not looking for your fractal to play out from around this level on XRP, Trader? Or I seem to think it was this level or below.
It was sweeping that low. Actually, will I pull that up? I think I pulled that up on public stream anyway, so I can go over it. I'll go over it really quickly. I think she. Oh man, I have to check that because it was the low I was looking for. That's the low I closed that short we took on New York Open last week when sailing. Yes, it was this low. It was down here. There was two ways it went. Where is it? This one.
Yeah.
Yes, it is this low, Paul. Yeah, it is this low.
Very nice. Well, that ties in beautifully with that harmonic, doesn't it? That'd be a nice.
Man, it is.
Nice run.
Yeah. Runs this low. You see this liquidity here. You come up, chop around, run that low, run this low. Yep. We did this, and it's straight up for the highs and back down for a deep.
Lovely.
Yeah. Yep. Let me have a look at Bitcoin.
Very nice.
Hey, she's just chilling out up here. She's just chilling out. Chilling out while I chill out.
Somebody else we just mentioned a natural gas trade. Yeah, my dentist got in that. My dentist was asking me questions yesterday, and he got in that as well. He was pleased about that, I think.
With what? Natural gas.
Natural gas. Yeah, that's
Well,
funny.
your
That's
dentist.
great. Oh, I'd full on. I have to go to my dentist yesterday for like emergency treatment. I have a full on conversation with him half an hour before about trading and stuff. He's a great guy. Yeah, he's talking about the natural gas to me yesterday. I think he got in that. He may well be in this group, so hello if you're in here, mate.
Probably is.
My teeth are still hurting.
Yeah, and well, your man. Yeah, I don't want even tell you what I went through yesterday. Grim. But yes, I am developing a what's it called? An aversion to dentists, definitely.
Must admit now, lads, I don't know how much longer I can stay on the stream. I've been rejecting this phone call for about an
No
hour
worries,
now,
we can close it up here. We've been here for quite some while. I
Yes.
will quickly sum it up. Right now, we're still continuing to get some shorts in here, so we could continue to squeeze at those highs here. Definitely want to have an eye at the VWAP close here at 22,366. See what happens here for a potential short play, and if not, just let it go. Don't fight the trend. Overall, still looking for the lower levels around 2800, where we have the 386 and the waves cluster. But that's mostly it. Keeping it really simple here for me, guys. Either taking a short here if we get some aggressive longs, and not all too many shorts as it looks right now, because we could just squeeze them, and looking for longs here below today's lows.
Nice one,
Yeah.
Marcel. I agree with it a lot. So yeah, I need to take this call. So we catch you on
Thank
the
you,
next one.
Arthur.
But yeah,
Pulling us together today. And thanks everybody for
Thanks,
listening.
guys, for tuning in.
Yeah,
Have a good
thank
one.
you everybody. Thanks, all the best, guys. Thank
good
you.
luck.